Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of ANX Quickcast. I'm Unbiased Ann. I'm here with Genesis.
What up?
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about what to expect when you go get an autograph from a voice actor at a convention.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it. I click on one convention and then a bunch of other conventions pop up in my feed on social media. Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's cool. I like to see that. So it's okay. But I click down in the comments section and I see a bunch of different questions from people who've never been to a con before, so they have no idea what to expect. So we're going to go over some of the top questions that I see and see if we can answer them for you, because we've been to a lot of cons.
Yeah. All right.
So what's the first question?
Okay. Let's see. Something we see a lot. How long are the wait times?
How long are the wait times? Woo! Okay. So it really just depends. What it depends on is the show popularity, the specific character that the voice actor does, the amount of Funko Pops released for those characters, and how long they talk. So if you want to go see someone who does Dragon Ball Z voices and they have, let's just say, Goku, and there's 50 Goku Pops, that line can be anywhere from 4 to 8 hours.
Yeah, for real. That's not a joke.
It's not a joke. So you just need to plan accordingly. And so I don't necessarily want to knock the other voice actors, but let's just say there's a voice actor and they don't have a Funko Pop for any of their characters. Their line is going to be relatively short. Most of the people in line that you see are trying to get a Funko Pop sign because it greatly increases the value of the pop.
Yeah.
Right. So a pro tip: bring snacks. Bring snacks. Yeah. Maybe not necessarily water. I encourage everybody to drink water, but make sure you bring snacks, because you might be in a line for 4 to 5 hours easy. Mm-hmm. Right. We also found something, I should have brought it to show you, collapsible stool.
Those are real popular.
Yeah, real popular, real handy. They're only about this big and they have a shoulder strap, but you can open it up and it turns into like a stool or a little chair that you can sit on while you're waiting in line, so you don't have to sit on the floor. Right. I'm going to put the link in the description for that particular item on Amazon. The other thing to remember is don't expect the voice actors to be available when the doors open. Right. However, I think you should be available when the doors open, so you can go ahead and jump in their lines.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing also, check the schedule, because not all voice actors are there every day. That's number one. Right.
And that also can make or break a line for a voice actor. So if they're only there for one day, then you can expect their line to be long that particular day that they're there.
Yeah. And the other thing is, when I say check the schedule, not just when they're going to be there, but always look for panels and what the panel schedule is, because it's happened to us before where we showed up and the person was gone for 2 hours or whatever because they were at their panel and we didn't realize it.
Yep.
So make sure you check the schedule.
And they all have people at their booth helping them, right? They'll put signs up. But remember that these people also have to take lunch breaks, right? So I think they try to kind of schedule it around the panels, so right before the panel or right after. So, but there usually signs out that'll say they'll be back at a certain time.
Yep.
All right. What's next?
All right. Next question we see: how do the VIP tickets work?
All right. So I said that I expect you to be there when the doors open, even though the voice actor may not be. Another thing that you can do is get VIP tickets. So generally speaking, again, this is just high level stuff here. Most VIP tickets will allow you to actually enter the event 1 hour early. Mm-hmm. Right. So you get to go in an hour early before everyone. Will the voice actors be there? Probably not. Right. But if you can go right in, get in that line, be at the front of the line, then maybe you only have to wait that 1 hour until the event actually fully starts, maybe an hour and a half, and you can go ahead and knock out the autographs that you want to get.
Yep.
Right. So highly recommend VIP tickets. Highly recommend.
Especially if it's for a voice actor that is doing a show that is really popular.
Right.
Yeah.
The other perks of a VIP ticket is there's a special line for you. There will be the larger part of the line in front of the voice actor. That's for everyone who has a normal ticket. There will be a smaller line on the side, right, that allows you to kind of skip the line, right? What we normally see is 5 VIP to 1 regular, up to 10 VIP to 1 regular. So what that means is if you're in the VIP line, they're going to take 5 of you, 7 of you, 8 of you, and only 1 person from the regular line, right? And then once that 1 person from the regular line goes, they'll take another 5 or 6 from the VIP line. So that is also very, very helpful to help you get through the line.
And multiple. If you're getting multiple signatures.
Yeah, from different voice actors.
It'll help you move much faster.
Yeah. All right, what else do we have?
All right, do the voice actors have things to sign?
This is a question that I see
all the time.
All the time. Do they have things to sign? Yes. Yes, they have like these 8x10 prints. It's usually something from the show, right? Whatever show they were on, the different characters that they do. They print, they sign those. They sign Funko Pops. Those are like the main things that we see people getting signed. But generally speaking, I mean, they'll sign anything. Trading cards are becoming super popular. Make sure y'all check out Annex TCG Rips every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's just a cheap shout out for our show. But they'll sign your trading cards, right? If they did it, you have a character they did a voice for. They'll sign larger prints that you got yourself. V1 Tech, shout out to them. They make some cool stuff. They'll sign that. They'll pretty much sign anything. There's usually a higher cost for larger or harder to sign items, right?
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else on that?
No, I will say sometimes we've seen it where, I mean, we always bring our own Funko Pops, but a lot of time, well, not a lot, sometimes the voice actor is selling their own pops. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and sometimes they're some of the rare ones. So
yeah, I would not expect them.
Yeah.
That should not be the expectation that they would have pops for sale, but sometimes they do. So I mean, I was very surprised with Sale.
Yeah.
Damian Clark. Right. Yeah. He's not only did he have pops for sale, he had a sale pop that I was missing. So that worked out perfect. Yeah. Right. So they'll sell you the pop, a signed version of the pop right there. So look out for that. Don't
count on it, but look out for it.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Oh, here's a big one. How much are the autographs?
How much are the autographs? So we're gonna start with the prints, right? The little 8x10 pictures that they supply. Those are usually $30 to $40.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds about right. I got these fancy cameras up right here, so let me go ahead and go through. Funko Pops, where it's just a signature, those are gonna run you $50 to $60, right? Yep. So that's what you see here. Tony Chopper right here from One Piece. It's just a signature. That's gonna run you, generally speaking, $50 to $60. Now, do you want a quote? Or do you?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
This particular one was free. I didn't ask for a quote, and he was kind enough to put one on there anyway. It's not very long, it's not very big, but sometimes they will give you a free quote. I do not ask for a free quote, but if they do it, then take it. It's a free quote. Yeah. Right. So this one is one of the free variety. Right. Now, if you have a custom quote that you want, those are going to cost you a minimum of probably $20. Right. Minimum for quotes are usually $20. You have some people who actually charge by the letter or the word. The longer the quote, the more it's going to cost. So that's, there's a range anywhere from $0 to probably $120 for a quote, depending on how long it is, how detailed it is, how long it takes them to write it. Right. because it takes them longer to write it. That's taking up more time in the line, and it's more chances of them to mess something up.
Yeah.
They can fix it, but it's just harder to do, right? So keep in mind, there are some people who don't do quotes at all.
Yeah, and there are some people who I've seen at least one voice actor who he will do quotes, but he already has it like a list of what he'll do. And the reason being is because this particular one, there are probably a million different quotes that people could want, and it's probably just complicated trying to remember how to spell everything, and there's a lot of pressure when you're trying to do this, and so to keep that in mind too. I don't see that a lot, but it does happen.
Right. The other thing to remember too is the prices are posted at the table. Like I said, these are just general prices that we see. Every voice actor probably has their own pricing, right? If you want to walk to the front of the line and check the prices at the table, that's usually okay.
If you say it, if you say, I just want to take a picture of the prices, right? Most people don't care.
Yeah, it's usually at the far end of the table. So if you walk outside of the VIP line, you can usually see a listing of the prices, and that's totally fine. There also may be a book of prices being passed around in the line if you're waiting in line. So that's not as common, but we have seen that a lot.
Yeah, I wish they posted these. I wish they would just post them on whatever site the convention has set up, but they never do. You just have to get there and kind of be prepared.
Yeah. Speaking of being prepared.
Oh, yes. So what else to keep in mind?
Bring cash. Straight cash, homie.
Yes.
Straight cash. And the reason is, one, you're going to avoid a lot of those transaction fees that you pay with credit cards and things of that nature. Also, if you take cash to some of the vendors, you're probably going to get a better deal.
Oh, for sure. Simple. Yeah.
Speaking of better deals, usually speaking, with these signatures and autographs from voice actors, there are no bulk discounts. It doesn't matter if you get 5, they're not going to cut you a deal, generally speaking.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So I would not even waste your time asking. The next thing here, let me get Napa out of here. I don't like Napa anyway. All right, so this is not, again, I'm not trying to put anybody down or whatever, but you should expect to pay more for actors who do more than just voice acting.
Yeah.
It's not a knock on the voice actors who primarily only do anime voice acting. It's not a knock on them. I don't make these rules. I'm just telling you what I've seen. If you have an actor who's been on a show, like a TV show, plus now they're doing voice acting, and they became famous from a TV show, expect to pay more for their autograph. Period.
Yeah.
Right? So this is an example of that right here. This particular autograph costs a little bit more than normal, and it's for that reason, right?
Yep.
Let me give you one last example here. Last example I have. There are some voice actors that will charge you more for different color markers. That did not happen here. Chris Sabat is dope. I'm not saying he did this. I'm just using this one as an example. So if you want one part in red, one part in yellow, one part in blue, there are some voice actors that will actually charge you a fee for that. So just be ready. The more customized you want your pop to be when you get it signed, just expect to pay more money for it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, and then one thing I want to add too, because we've run into this. If you want your pop a certain way, even if it's not super custom, even if it's just a certain color, speak up. Yeah. Because sometimes the voice actor, they're kind of going through the motions. Some are, and even if they're not, everybody's different. Okay. Sometimes you'll walk up there and they're nice, but they're just kind of trying to get through the line.
Some
of them are really talkative and they're kind of not really paying attention because they're talking and they're trying to engage with you. And so you kind of have to say, okay, hold on, because they'll just grab a marker and they'll just start doing whatever.
Well, and generally speaking, you're going to already, for lack of a better term, put your order in with the person who's helping them at their booth.
Yeah.
It's at that point where you want to make sure to let them know everything that you want in detail. They're going to charge you accordingly. They're going to take your money. Then everything after that, it's just you and the voice actor. So if it's not on the Post-it note or the dry erase thing that they have that they're sending with your merchandise to get signed, then it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
But we've seen it before where they're being friendly, but they're just like, okay, and they just grab their black marker and you can nicely.
So when I see that, a lot of times it's from a voice actor who does not have someone helping them at their booth.
Yep. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say that because and sometimes even if they do, that helper is like new.
So sometimes they bring their own helper that goes to all the shows with them. A lot of times at bigger conventions, maybe their helper is there too, but there is someone assigned to them from the con who doesn't really know them and what to write on the Post-it and what, so whoever you talk to, when you first get up there, at every step of the way, just make sure you make it known what you want and how you want it.
Yeah. And usually as long as you're nice about it, usually they're fine. Because sometimes I think a lot of people don't ask, and so they just kind of do it. So if you're just like, hey, I'd like can you do it in the orange? Usually they don't care.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So that's that. What's next?
All right. Will the actors take selfies?
Yes. But it will cost you. Right. So there's an upcharge for selfie. The pictures, I feel like they're usually like $30-$40 maybe. But if you get an autograph, usually they have some sort of combo. Right? They might do the autograph plus selfie for like $80. Right. Those are the only kind of discounts that you'll probably find, but it'll be on their list of prices. Yeah. Right. This is probably more prevalent post-COVID. But please do not take it personal if they don't want to shake your hand.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If they don't want to shake your hand, because 9 times out of 10, when they leave that convention, they're going to get on a plane, go to another city and do another convention. If they get sick, then guess what? They can't do that. So they're losing out on their money, their appearances. They're losing out on their, contractually obligated to do these other shows. They're missing out. The fans are missing out on chances to meet them at these other cities, right? So I'm not saying it's a lot of them, but I'm just saying if it does happen, don't take that personal, right? Because it will happen at some point. If you go to enough conventions, there will be a voice actor or actor who just doesn't want to shake hands or doesn't want to hug or whatever. Just don't take it personal. Speaking of the selfies though, one thing that we need you to not do is don't record or take pictures without their permission.
Yes.
The picture thing is like, obviously it makes sense if they're charging people to take pictures, then you shouldn't just take it upon yourself to take pictures, right? Yeah. The same thing with videos. Generally speaking, we're getting close to the end here, so y'all just bear with us. Generally speaking, if you ask one of the voice actors to take a picture or video of them signing or holding the Funko Pop as proof or evidence that they actually signed it, they will do that at no additional charge.
Yeah, we've never had a problem with that.
Never had a problem with that. However, let's go to the last thing. 8 times out of 10, there will be PSA or JSA or some other type of authentication service on site. Please go to them. It is $10 per signature. If you got that particular thing signed at that event, so they know who's there. They're ready to authenticate those signatures, and it's $10 per signature. They will give you, let me see if I can show it here. They'll give you the authentication sticker plus right? All this good stuff here. So $10, that's not bad. If you ever try to resell these, good luck selling them without your authentication, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, you don't even really need the picture of them holding the Funko Pop, because you could just go get it authenticated on site.
And I think we only did that like a couple of times, because there have been a handful of times, not many, where for whatever reason there was no authenticator there.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, can I take a picture of you doing this?
Yeah.
But other than that, you don't really need to if you're going to go get it authenticated, and you should.
Yeah, and you really should. They usually also do authentications for stuff that wasn't signed there. It costs a little more, $15 to $20 for some sort of signature that wasn't done there at the con, because they have to do more research on it, right? So sometimes they will do that on site as well. So you have anything else, other tips for getting stuff signed? Anything I missed? Anything we missed?
I don't think so. We covered a lot, and I just hope this is helpful, because I wish that we would have had this before we went to our first con, because we were Googling this stuff trying to figure out what to expect. And so anyway, I hope this is helpful to somebody.
And if anybody has any specific questions that we didn't cover, put them down in the comment section. We will do our best to try to answer them for you.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening to ANX Quickcast. If you like the show, please make sure you like and subscribe so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. See you next time.